Welcome. Good afternoon. Hello, welcome. Can you hear me? We are beginning another trading session now. After the NFP, we can see that it's still morning here. Thank you very much. Greetings. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, where you are at the moment. We can see the market. Here we are looking at gold again, and the market is really different today. We might see a reversal here as the Friday, last day of trading week. And I'm looking at fresh perspective to see that overall trend and direction in the market. I want to take a potentially a bigger win in this market at the moment. If you look at, there was a pretty choppy market trend that we have seen here. If you look at, this is a choppy market, and in the choppy market there has been significant manipulation on both direction. That if you look at high, lows, in all direction there has been a manipulation here. Welcome. Still here in the morning. Very good, thank you. So good afternoon, good evening, good morning, where you are at. We are in an universal time. So let's begin today's trade setup here in this live session. I would like to see that you guys are here, so make sure you don't forget to like this stream here. Don't forget to like this stream, because that way, if you like this stream, it's helpful to reach more people. Then we can have more bigger feast as a trader. Thanks for that. I was looking back at chart from April when gold peaked at 3,500, and the pattern looks quite similar now. Okay, we will be looking at the historical data, because this is where, if you look at the historical data here, that is where you will be able to see that the market. Now, before we go to that, I'm looking at the intraday here on the 4-hour chart. If you look at this zone, is the most I would say that very nasty manipulation here in this whole move. There was a big trend here, and this is the part of the market now. What you could see as we are almost nearing to the end of the week, I want to look at the weekly chart, and that's where the real stuff, guys. Here is the weekly price action. Okay, now this weekly price action gonna tell you a lot of stuff. Let me reduce the volume of the music. Isn't it too high? Is that okay now? The volume is okay? Can you let me know? Okay, so the previous weekly candle was big standing bull candle, right? Now this week, the volatility is less. If you look at the low and the high, in between this high and low, the market is at the moment in that area. And now today's market move will be a really big indication of what will happen even the next week. Let me tell you guys what might happen if this weekly candle close in 2 ways. We'll be also asking you guys what do you think. This volume is fine, thank you. If this weekly candle, we are not looking at the lower time frame yet, we will be looking at the entry setup, but just so that we have an understanding of the market, where it is heading to, right? So if you look at this current weekly candle, there are two possible scenarios. This weekly candle may break down below here today. The other is straight going back up and closing as like this. So this is a green zone, right, of this weekly candlestick pattern, and we might see like that with a green body. If this weekly current price action closing as a green body doji, very high possibility that this market will reverse back to the upside from here. But in case the market is closing here as a narrow red doji, then there is a possibility for again weak fill. But overall this market is a long-term bull market, right? So because it's a long-term bull market, anytime, because we are almost nearing to the end of the week, anytime, I hope that the mic is okay, anytime we can expect here for a rejection of this lower price back to the upside. Now this is the situation on daily. We have seen that after previous daily doji, today's market so far has shown significant bearish. Now today's low is here and the weekly low is here. In between this today's low and the weekly low, we can expect a potential reversal for this market to bounce back to the upside. And now looking at the lower, so if you look at the 15 minutes, you can see the market here preparing for possible upturn, because this trend is already extended to this order block. If you look at, this is an order block here, it's already tested that one. So still we can expect with the upcoming news even a spike and then rejection. So today's low is here. This is what I'm looking at now. For today's low, the market to do like that. Looking at daily again. Timing is very important because we are on Friday, last session. And that is where the market potentially to have a reversal. If the market coming to this weekly low, which is 400 pip below, if that is happening, the market coming to retest that weekly low, definitely this is where you will be looking at big buying opportunity here, depending on how the price action is forming. Now currently we are looking at a couple of levels that we are looking at. This is the recent intraday support, daily support, weekly support. Now let's look at the 5-minute chart for any entry. So it's about to break this trend line here. And this is an initial impulse that you can see from here. This is the 1 hour support. Market now trending and potentially coming back below to this support level. Coming below this support can give us a possible buying opportunity here in that market. Later today coming flash service PMI, which will, of course, will have some impact in the market. Why is there a possibility for reversal on Friday, please? I think you're right. It could target previous weekly low and reverse from there. Because weekly low and understanding liquidity is very important, guys. So this is what will change your trading completely. To win big in trading, you need to buy or sell from key level. So if you look at the weekly support, weekly low at 4,000 level, which is also the psychological level. And so this 4,000 level was very, very important because two things. One is, if you look at, this is a green candle, right? The weekly. And that was a massive giant bullish candle. And if you look at the volatility of that candle is almost 2,440 pip on this week. And then once the candle closed this week, the market just dropped back below to that support, and immediately buyers came into the market and bought this market. Now that support has a very importance because of this bullish green candle. The market has come back below. There is a buying pressure, and also it's a psychological level. Now one very important question might come in play is, why does that level is so important? Can anyone try to figure out? So look at that weekly level is here, which is, I think, little ambitious to look at the market to drop today that far, because already from the daily it dropped a lot. I think the market may not be able to drop that far this week. So what you could see that either the market remain bearish, candle close on the daily as a bear candle, and the next day, that means the new weekly, the price to come back down and then reverse. But it's also less likely. The market is bull market. It's already back-to-back 3 days. We saw that there is a series of lower high. And this is an order block on the daily. There is a very high chance of bullish bias. But now it's on a low volume. If you look at the one candle range is never trade on a one candle range. Just patiently wait, because when the market in a one candle range, that means there is no volume or very low volume. And once the market breaks from that one candle range, you can look for breakout. I mean, hope you are hoping a great day. Thank you. I'm good. How's yours? Now, this is the support level that you can see the trend line in that area. And that trend line that you can see We're seeing a very narrow one triangular pattern formation here. That's a very narrow triangle pattern that you can see. And if we see that breaks from the triangle, there's a break of support, and for us to look at an entry, you'd like to see the market is maintaining this downtrend here. We're going to see a breakdown here because it's over the weekend and we are looking at proper trend for entry depending on how the trend is creating here. And coming up also a very important news, of course, that's gonna be as well catalyst for a potential move. How do the market is creating the structure here? The trend line that I'm still looking at for a possible break in one direction and then giving us potential bias. Now the 1 hour price action that you can see here created this high, and so this break from the trend line now giving a possibility for break out from the trend line. What do you see on gold? I think we can drop below 3800. I don't think gold will be able to drop below, much below 4,000. Depending on really, we need to wait for the market to show up its hand. But I think gold most likely to test the 4,000 again, which is the weekly low. It might go a couple of pips below, depending on price action, we'll see that. But for me, it's a high possibility that gold will be potentially reversing back from 4,000 level. Okay, so the last visited price at 3997, and I think that's gonna be potentially a zone that gold might try to reverse back again. So now at the lower time frame here in this 1 minute and 5 minutes, that you can see the price has just broken out of the support level. So that support that you can see from the 1 hour, if we look at, it might go back to 4046, could be, for another retest, or before that it may break this support here. This is sharply downtrend, and it may still continue to drop back below to this support level for another new lower low. With a long wick candle, the market is here showing possible downtrend continuation. So this is a structure breakdown retest. We're going to see drop down or another retest. So here what you can see, the market is maintaining the downtrend, potentially the price to break that low here. And that's what I'm looking at, this price action to potentially break low and break this 1 hour and the support coming for a weak fill potentially. Maintaining the downtrend still. Welcome back to this live session, traders. I hope that you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you like this stream. Be patient for entry. We are looking at possible entry opportunity, but before we enter, we just need to make sure that we are having a high probability setup. And that's where we are looking at the market to give us that setup, that entry opportunity here. Now, the way the market structure is heading, we could see that potentially a downtrend so far. And 1 hour candle close is important to see that how this market is reacting. I think this 1 hour candle, if the price is managed to break that low here, we might see that it's coming back to this 4021, as there is a rejection, there's a volume in the market now to break that low. We might see that breakup support. If the support is breaking, then looking at 4023 level. Downtrend continuation. 1 hour support breaking potentially back below. That's a massive break. And so 1 hour support has managed to break below here. Multiple liquidity sweep here, giving a possibility for break below. And BTC is tanking. I think we can drop below. I think it's in a downtrend, but might be 4,000 level or max 3990 could be just breaking the previous low. And so here it's maintaining that downtrend. There is a possibility for breakup support. Already the market in a very key area. think we might see, because there is a 1 hour support is almost broken. And from the 1 minute, we can see quite a few long week candles being formed. And if the price here go for a break of structure, we can look for sell from this level. You can see the 15 minutes downtrend, 1 minute getting significantly bearish here. Okay, so the candle closed back below, and it grabbed liquidity many times. So there is a possibility for this is a pure fair value gap in this area to this level here. If the market breaks that low, the 1 hour, market is coming to the previous session's low, and so I'm looking at the price to drop back below to the previous support level. Another break is important here to see that the market is maintaining the downtrend. Just looking at them. Welcome. Here is very narrow structure. Now that is also bearish structure that you can see has created. And the market is trending, which is the best thing that I love to see. The market is trending, and we will be waiting for some of the levels that we have drawn. We are waiting for a break of structure. Now we had a big trade. You guys have seen that previous day 3 trades. So patience is key. As NFP is over, we are looking to see increased volume in the market, right? What's your bias on gold today? We see that it's on a daily bearish, right? Coming potentially back below to the daily low. But in case where you are looking at gold, what's your opinion? You can share your thought. Here's the market is in a, if you look at, this is a sharply falling market, and this is a pure FVG here, nearly to from this level to this level here, around 80 pip. So once the market managed to break from this low, we might be able to use a pending order if it creates enough liquidity sweep here in that area. I'm starting a pool, and pool is really important. Yesterday also you were bullish bias, and you saw the market has made its move back up, and you took 2 trades. So what is your bias today on gold? I'm posting a poll. You can share. I've shared a pool. If you guys cast a vote, press that vote, and we'll be publishing that results. And based on that also, we'll be able to helpful to see that where the market might be heading. So the market is approaching that fair value gap here on the lower time frame, and 1 hour support is broken, there is a 1 hour candle close coming, and before the candle close the market may eventually can come back down to this previous support level here. Still bearish bias. Sellers is still putting pressure here. There's a rejection of this lower price, and it's almost the 1 hour candle closing is almost with a big doji here on the lower time frame. There's a rejection of this lower price here. Now that rejection might be, this is a complete breakout, and before the 1 hour close So let's see that if it is having any kind of potential reversal pattern here. And I think there is a possibility for a rejection of this lower price. And that might bring short-term trading opportunity. So the market structure, there is a breakout here. And now the question is the market is maintaining from here a bullish trend, or you'll see again drop back down. Market reverse, we are looking at upside here. Ready to enter. I just manipulate again, come back below. So we'll be using a pending order above this high for any breakout with around 60 pips stop loss. So we see that there's a faster move might happen. And I'm going to use the pending order at this level. We may not see bigger move because the market trend is still bearish. So if the market breaks out, we'll be using a buy stop order here. $4040.12, stop loss at 4033.64 TP. This is first TP. We can change the TP. if the market shows enough confirmation for change of trend. So it's pending order, buy stop at 4040.12, stop loss at 4033.64, TP at 4046.39 if the market bounce off that level. So it's almost triggering. I'm in the trade. The trade is active now. I'm expecting it to bounce back up. This is bull market. So here the trade is active. Expecting it to bounce back up further. Running in profit, and at any point if I close the trade, I will give a shout out to your 33 pip. The market, because it's reversing, it might not go big move in a single move, so you will not be running too long because it's not a very strong uptrend. We might close at 4044. Boom, that's bounce. I'm closing now with the running profit. Closed. Trade closed because it might reverse back again. It's awesome. If you guys looked at, can you let me know in the live chat if you enjoyed the trade? It's closed. So you secured 55 pip. The market is not in a very stronger trend, so you might see some up and down here, but successfully you closed trade. You have taken the first trade here successfully, and I would like to see that you guys are enjoying that trade. So you have taken last trade here, you have taken plus 55 pip, and we might see continuation. Now it might go up and down here, guys. This is currently the market potentially be changing a trend. So if it is changing a trend, then we will be re-entering again from the key level as soon as we see the market is giving that opportunity. Here is the doji. that you have seen there is a rejection, so that might bring the price back to the upside here. I believe you guys with me. Say yes in the live chat if you have secured. Welcome, well done, congratulations, very nice. Yes, very nice, thank you. Now, two things, guys. One thing is, don't forget to like the stream, smash it. Secondly, probably you forgot to subscribe to the channel. Don't miss out, and press that bell notification. So it's a 1 minute pause so that you can do all these things for the next move that you will be looking at gold now. So did you press the notification? Because whenever I'm coming on live, you're gonna be notified if you press that notification bell. That's awesome. Now, what do you see that on gold? Let's look at that. Okay. Now, the gold potentially be breaking to the upside here or breaking below. I'm going to delete those lines here to see that we had just one trade. You know, I'm hungry for many trades. Earlier today, we have quite a few trades. Now, let's keep the music on. A little louder. So now, what do you see? Long wick at the bottom, long wick at support. That being pushing that price back above. Now I want to draw two important support here. Just beginning, okay? How can you use the where to close? How can you see where to close? Okay, we will be discussing about the closing, about the profit target, about the stop loss. These are lessons, okay? Also, there will be new lessons in the channel, right? That's gonna be coming. I'm preparing a very important lesson on how to place a stop loss, how to place profit target, how to set that so that you're not missing those trades. So also keep eye, and also you'll be discussing here as well. Now, it's Friday, like party day. Let's begin here. Okay, this is the current day 4 hour support, and here is the 4 hour open and close. Okay, two important level that I'm looking at. Okay. At least for 200 pips. I mean, buy for today. Don't target so many big today, because until you see, this is a choppy market. This is not a very strongly trending market. If I show you the trend, you see this is a trend. This is a trend. And this is a nice trend. This is choppy. This here is not very nice trend. That's why I didn't target a big one, because when trend is not fresh, you might not be able to take a bigger profit target. I do take bigger profit. You can take 5 times, 4 times, but the number of pips, in that case, you need a very tight stop loss. Let's say you need 10 pip, 20 pip, 30 pip stop loss, 20 pip stop loss, then 100 pip target. That's fine. Okay, here is what you can looking at. It's trying to break to the upside, potentially changing the trend, because it's weekend. Once it confirms the change of trend, after retest of the support multiple times, we can look for bigger entry. Yeah, lots of large wick. Very happy indeed. Very I'm reading happy at choppy. Anyway, it's happy day, Friday. Okay. Here is choppy. Yeah, that's what. But the market slowly creating a bigger candlestick pattern. It's nice to see you smiling. Very clearly, you see. I smile a lot. I'm a happy man. But you guys, I can't see you. You guys can see me. But let's just smile together. It's a great way to, because trading really is little bit of stressful, isn't it? But if you keep your emotion in check, it's really fun. And that's of fun of becoming a day trader. Okay, the only thing that you need to make sure is risk management and emotional management. Okay, so emotion is very important to look at. You are in check. All right, it takes a little time, but once you master, you become a master trader. That's all you need to know. Okay, here's the lower time frame. You can see series of lower high here. Now, the market in a zone where this is a support and resistance, right? In that area. Sorry, why are not good in English? Really? I didn't know that. Thank you. Okay, here is the move that you can see. Okay, I think it's a primary preparation for reversal. What do you think? I think it's a primary preparation for a bounce back here. So the current support that you are looking at 4039. Thanks for that. Okay, so it's creating a potentially a consolidation pattern here in that area. And that might be, if it is breaking below here, that is an entry opportunity. Somehow this music I like very much. Okay, so here, looking at the market to break below so that you can look for entry, because it's it's creating a triangular pattern here. Triangular pattern are very important, because when you see the triangular pattern in an uptrend or in a downtrend, more often you see that if it is in an uptrend, that's kind of bull flag, so flag pattern. You can say another way, flag. There are many names, you can name it in many different ways. So with that flag pattern, because this is the pole of that flag pattern, if it is breaking below and bouncing back to the upside again, that's a sign of a bigger uptrend back to the resistance line. So in that case, if this pattern breaks, because it's weekend and we are almost nearly to the weekly close, so that might bring that market back above 4060. And if the momentum is strong, even the market may not break below, it just may continue to rise back up again. So breaking above and then coming back below could be this, the structure here that you can see, it is a bullish structure. You can use a pending order again once it shows. Looks like a strong bullish price action. So we will be placing labels here. For example, in this is the structure has broken above. Now the market may continue to trend and want to see that potential break of structure, so that you can find an entry. Very strongly bullish here. So now it's starting to be a bull market. So looking at, this is the 4-hour market, and there is a doji on the 4-hour if you look at. So let's delete all those lines to understand the new market structure. From this 4-hour long wick doji, the next one starting to break to the upside. So that means we might see eventually this 4-hour candle potentially to continue to rise even back here, because this is the starting of this move back down, and it might straight go back up to 4088 potentially. And now to find an entry along the way, there's an inverted head and shoulder here, so you want to see that here. This is the 1-minute chart breaking to any of this key support level. Ready to enter as soon as it shows proper criteria fulfilled. Trend looks stronger. Dropping to 4043 could be an entry opportunity. Patience, we had one trade earlier, but here we need to see immediate breakup structure for that better entry opportunity. The market structure is currently bullish, so needs to do false breakdown for being able to continue to trend back to the upside. So it has done that false breakdown. Now we're using a pending order again here above this level, buy stop loss below this low, and TP target to this level here. So it's going to be another buy stop at 4051.26. So another buy stop 4051.26, stop at 4044.90. TP 4060.66. 4060.66. It already triggered. The trade is triggered. Boom, that's a big bounce back to the upside. It triggered, so I am going to hold it. Looks like a stronger bullish impulse. Okay, so it triggers and the market had a bounce back to the upside. That's a significant breakout. Potentially TP hit. So with the NOI session move, as soon as I'll be closing, I will give a shout out. It's still moving. TP hit. Profit target hit. The next one. That's massive. That's massive. Back to back two. Back to back two. It's a weekend move. It's gonna keep pushing back again, potentially. It's a weekend move. Done. Another one. 100 pip. This is the most effective live every single day we are doing. 100 pip. Say yes if you have taken. It was a little faster, but we have taken. Another one. Let me know, guys, how you enjoyed that. Wow, bro, thank you very much, you guys. Now, look at how the market is doing. As I mentioned, this is after break of this low. With that false breakdown, the market has made its move back to the upside here. Now, did you enjoy the session? We still have more to go. Again, another like, guys. I see that view and likes is almost 1/4. So, all of you smash the like button. And don't miss out to subscribe to the channel for more update, education, as well as analysis. Now, the market showing that potentially a bullish trend here. Let it drop. Now you might see that it might drop back again for another retest of this support and then could bounce back again to the upside before the 4 hour. And this is the 4 hour market that you can see potentially it's starting its move back, and the market potentially could go back to 4088 before this candle close or after this candle close. So today's journey in this market potentially to be moving back again to the major direction of the trend. So let's wait to see the market to show up that again another entry. Second one done. Great calls. Thank you. Welcome. So if you look at the 5 minutes, it's a bullish engulfer, back to back two. It reached the resistance. Now it might gain momentum again after grabbing liquidity for another potential flight back to the upside. Here is the previous resistance. The market many times has got the rejection from here to this level, bounce back to that level, drop to this level, bounce back to that level. Now there's a pattern here that you can see, series of higher low. So that's where we need another liquidity grab for break of this high to go back to the new higher high. Okay, so 2 calls. Still hungry? Lunch and dinner, we still haven't had the breakfast yet. Now to enter again, you want to see that the market has broken because it's on the 4-hour resistance that you can see. It might now deepen for a pullback, and that deepening could be a lot depending on where it is coming. And then gaining momentum, like pressing that pressure on the floor and then bouncing back. Here is a full void. This is a pure bearish imbalance in the market, and that could bounce back again to the upside. If you look at the daily, which is the daily resistance that has not been tested yet. So for that break, even we could use pending order here in that area. We'll be looking to see how the market is doing. Not now, because you don't, this is a resistance. You can see the market has rejected from that level many times. So this might even can bring the price back here, or it might just break out from here, or it might just consolidate here, create quite a few false breakout, and then coming down, bouncing back to the upside. So depending on how the market structure will be created, once it flies back to the upside, you can see this is also a pure imbalance. So it might just straight bounce back another 250 pip if the market prepared for it from this level after multiple liquidity gap. Might try to break this resistance line. There's a gap open here. Okay, so it just has broken above the resistance, and which is pushing that price back above. it's almost to the daily resistance line. Let's delete all those levels now. Where the market is at that moment, if you look at it, went back to the weekly. So this is where the market begins, the beginning of the week. It gone up, it's come down, now it's in the middle. From here, to break this daily high and to create a bullish candle, gonna be a little harder today's market. And this is where the real move will begin once the market managed to break this high. This is gonna be a new trend. If the market managed to break this high here, so if you look at that one, so it's coming for retest potentially here. So 15 minutes crossed over the candlestick pattern, the EMS, and okay, so what do you see so far? What about Euro USD? How Euro USD chart? All right, so its gold is in a very good trend here. Now it's eventually could break to this daily, could potentially bounce back to the daily high, and we are looking at news coming up, right? So let's look at the calendar here. What is happening with the calendar, with the upcoming news? And everyone, like, thank you. 50 were watching me only. Thank you. Okay, so here is coming up in, if you look at, so in 2 hours time nearly, this news might bring that market again potentially back to support or retest of this low. How the news is coming. So this is a big market mover. That's what has changed everything. So Fed can still cut rate in the near term given current policy is modestly restrictive. Inflation progress has stalled but should be on track to 20% in 2027. Okay, so now that rate cut news. Now, if you look at this 15 minutes candle, this news that you can see, the tweet that has make this move back to the upside. Now, this is a big news if you look at, because rate cut. So that rate cut is potentially has cut DXY. Yep, that's what happened. Now that has boosted gold to the upside. So the rate cut might push gold back again in the major direction of the trend. So this 1 hour candle is a bullish because of the news that you can see here. Now that if you look at after this is a resistance is broken, now it's coming for a pullback in that area. Now let's understand that from the fundamental perspective. Okay, guys, keep in mind that you'll be a complete trader, okay, when you can synchronize between fundamental and technical. Now fundamental, some trader might tell you that fundamental is what, microeconomics or macroeconomics. Okay, read 10 books for learning fundamentals, but as a day trader you don't need to read books to learn fundamental. Let me explain how you can understand the fundamental by just looking at the news schedule and reading the news a little bit. You'll be able to understand the market movement based on those decisions coming, right? So you can note down always, this is universal all the time. Rate cut will always boost gold. So it's just a tweet. You can see that. Williams. So it's around 20 minutes earlier. tweet. So the rate cut will always push gold up. How can you understand that? Let's understand why this happened. Now rate cut is positive, like it will push gold back to the upside. That means gold always be bullish against dollar on rate cut. So you can apply the same principle all the time. Rate cut means that more borrowing, right? More borrowing, more people will borrow. What will happen? People will have more money in their hand. There will be more liquidity in the market. Therefore, there will be more inflation. Because imagine that the production of the goods is constant, right? But the production, you can print money, but you can't print food or service. You can increase the service, but you can't print food, or you can't print gold, right? So let's say you have weekly budget for entertainment or anything like that, $200 or maybe $50. So you're gonna, when you're going out, you might cut your sandwich, right? You might take just a simple tea instead of sandwich, just to fit in within $50. But when you have more money in your hand, as a rule of thumb, everyone, then there will be an additional sandwich coming to buy. More buyers will look for sandwiches. So there will be, but the food is constant. You can't increase the food. It's constant. So because of the nature of the supply and demand, when there will be more demand for the same thing from more people for the same supply, the rate will go up, the price will go up. Because the shopkeeper will see that he has only 2 sandwiches to sell, but 5 people willing to buy, then he will bet it. He will say that, okay, the sandwich price today increased from yesterday's $5 to $10. Because he knows that there will be more people coming, there will be more liquid, so there will be more buying. So what's happening? The inflation is going up. And that ultimately so weakens the dollar, and that will increase the value of Xauusd against dollar. It's the simplest. So that has given this bullish impulse back to the upside. Now this market now started to maintain a bullish market structure. So probably this sideways market was for the news to come up. This is what happened before the news. The market moves in a sideways, getting more information. All right, so there is a candle close on the 1 hour. There was a tweet 30 minutes ago. Check out Forex Factory. Yeah, this is what we did at. So now what will happen? There is a bullish 1 hour price action. It might now come down for a pullback. And All right, so we still have quite a bit of time for the market to settle again for another. I prefer when the music is low. Yeah, definitely. Thank you for that. It's low now, I think. Is that okay? The sound is. I think the volume is okay. Thank you. So with this bounce back to the upside, are we going to see a pullback? Now, technical perspective for our candlestick pattern is still after break of this high, it's now on a pullback. This is a very significant level of resistance. Now, after break of this, it's now on a retest. Now that might again penetrate back below here. Thank you. For us to re-enter now for this any move, we will be looking to buy not from low, potentially from the high, after the market managed to break out. Yeah, it was louder, just kept it a little bit louder in the beginning. Just to make it more vivid. It's Friday, guys. So let's now see here. Lower time frame market structure might bring that price. This is a trend line now. Lower time frame trend line is breaking out. Thank you. Yeah. When we are winning, we need loud music too. We need to keep the emotion in check, isn't it? That's what the emotion is very important, especially in trading. It's where the big difference between winning trader and losing trader, because it is still, that experienced trader also really find it hard to manage that. But if you can master that, it's gonna be easy for you to become a consistently profitable trader, because it's all about emotional resilience of becoming a trader. Do you know the mechanics behind it? We'll be discussing on that one as well. First of all, let's see that what's happening here. It's a breakup structure, and so here is break, might come to test any of this liquidity zone. Okay, so here is getting, so you have loud music when we are winning. Also, we need loud music when we are losing. That's completely fine. That's why it's not only about the winning, also about the losing. Because if you are a trader, you can't avoid losing, and stay yourself, keep yourself always in track when you are losing. Then the winning you can keep it, because in fact when you are a truly successful trader, you'll have more losing than winning, but at the end of the day you are in positive in P&L, or at the end of the week, which is very important to look at. The market may, if we look at here, possibility for break the high, so here a break of support, and the market now potentially trying to break that high and possibly approaching to the daily resistance line here. There's a multiple break of this support level. There's a breakout and then breakdown. And this trend can continue to rise, or we could see that what kind of market structure we're expecting here. Suddenly volume dropped, and we're looking at this market to go back up to resistance. I think that's gonna potentially be moving this structure back above, and then later we might see that liquidity sweep from this support. Daily resistance is here. Also the daily 10 EM at 4075. If the fundamental become very stronger, that we have seen the tweet and all of this news could make that market pretty volatile. As coming up also to another important news, manufacturing PMI and service PMI. So they're also gonna be playing vital role here for the market to move in one direction. Here is multiple times I think there's a possibility here. This market, you look at the 1 hour, soon after to break, to fill that here, fill that long wick, and if it bounce off this level from the 1 hour, potentially to cross this high and then cross this high. So all those are imbalance in the market. If it managed to break above, there is a faster move possible here to create a new higher high. That might be a stronger breakout again, as there is a bullish price action is showing up here. There is another 5 minutes candlestick pattern closed nearly. So this is a bullish price action. As a rule of thumb, we should be breaking to the upside here. So this is 1 hour market structure. Getting it back above to this resistance line, and Alright, I have to sort out. Okay, so here is the market shows bullish possibility back up here, and the current low here 4059. I'm willing to go long once the market shows support test here again. If this 1 minute move straight come down without any green candle formation, it's a bullish price action. Still didn't retest this support properly. It is still possibility for the market to go up, but it didn't test this support yet properly. So looking at the 1 hour, if you look at the first 30 minutes, it's dodgy on the 30 minutes as well. So the next one might try to break that low and then to move back up. It's creating dodges here. So the best setup will be this one breaking below straight and then going up. If if the momentum is strong, it can go back from here. For me to go long, the bulls are very stronger here. So freshly developed uptrending market structure. Okay, so you are looking, how do you decide if it is likely to break out above or below from a consolidation zone? Okay, I think that's a very relevant question. How do you decide if it is likely to break out above or below from a consolidation zone? So the market, guys, this is gonna, like, if you just pay attention here, you'll see every move, you'll understand in the market. So the market, you see that this move, there is always, the market will have a pole before it go for any kind of consolidation. It might be like that, or it may be like this, or it can be like that. Okay, so there will be a pole here. That means an impulse. If it is a bullish, if it is a bearish, then it's gonna be downside. So the breakout prediction will be always in the direction of the pole. So when you see a consolidation, look at where is the pole, find out the pole, and then see if the market already has broken. If it is a bullish pole, then below before you predict it to the breakout to the upside. So if you see consolidation, look at the pole, and the breakout prediction should be in the direction of the pole. That means in the direction of where initial impulse. If you look at here, let's say this impulse, consolidation, breakout to the impulse to the upside. There's a pole, consolidation, breakout to the upside. Pole, consolidation, breakout should be to the upside, like that. But when it reverse, you're gonna see that it's gonna go for an extended consolidation. This is this breakout here, and it failed to create a higher high. And now it created a downtrend, a pole consolidation breakdown like that. So that's how you can look at the pole for predicting the move on the market. So here is the lower time frame price action here, multiple liquidity sweep, and so basically here the market structure. This is a bull market and it's almost nearly to the daily resistance line, so it's getting some kind of liquidity grab here. No problem, you're always welcome. So we are almost here, guys. 2 trades in our London session, also 1 trade, and would like to keep trading in this session as well later. Due to the timing, I have to end the session. I had really great session with all of you guys together, and we will be looking at next week. And next week special, very important week. 2 reasons. One is last week of the month, very important, and also the end of November, starting a new last month of the year. Secondly, shutdown, the shutdown is ended, so increased volume in the market and waiting for a big move to take every single day, twice in this live session. In the meantime, if you want to explore more before the starting of the week, want to be part of, we had quite a few members already on board. We have few spots to take on the mentorship where you can access every trade that I'm opening. You can access all the trading tools that I have. You can visit the website now, link below this video, where you can find currently 95% off, which is nothing in comparison what you get. Join the program where here you will be here lifetime access to everything. Once you join, make sure you check your email, including the junk folder for all the links and login detail to become a professional, profitable trader with me every single day. Thank you, and I'll see you again very soon, trading live. Until then, stay well, stay happy.